Boom. There we go. We are live. Hello. Welcome. So some big things happening. I should do some announcements about this. It looks like some big changes with Victor's situation. Weekdays are tough because he has to be a dad and a responsible parent and all that stuff during the week. It has to help out in the evening. So the only time that he can really get the time to do a regular show, like what we've been doing with 2.5 Oyajis, is going to be Saturdays. So I've been talking a bit with the 3 old dudes who already have a show on Saturday nights from 9 p.m. Japan Standard Time, which we don't want to clash with. So what we're going to do is probably 11 p.m. Saturdays. It means I'm going to be doing a live show Saturdays and Sundays, but that's okay because I don't have a life, so it's cool. So we're going to do a live show on Saturdays at 11 p.m. starting not this weekend, but the weekend after that. So that's going to be cool. We're still going to get guests on. In fact, we've got a couple of people kind of lined up for the Saturday night thing. It'll be late night Saturday, but, you know, we'll keep it to an hour, and that will continue to be 2.5 Oyajis will live on, but now at a sustainable time slot. However, I like having these Wednesday nights. I like joining you guys. So I've been thinking about what to do with this, and what I think is this. There are 4 weeks in a month. I think I'm going to split the thing up so that I'll do a couple of the shows I've always wanted to do. So yeah, here's the idea. I want to talk with you guys and get your feedback on what would be a good idea for making this work. But the idea that I have is that I definitely want to do one monthly show, definitely with Steve Miller, just because he's extremely knowledgeable about Asian news, and I enjoy talking with him. In fact, we're already brainstorming show ideas. So there's going to be on one fixed week every month, maybe the first week, maybe the last week, maybe the middle week, but at least once a month, all things going to plan. Still negotiating all the details, but definitely want to get Steve Miller from the Asia News, Asia News Network. He's got one of the biggest Asian news podcasts in Asia. He's a really cool guy to talk to. So yeah, we're brainstorming show ideas, so you can have that. That'll be a news theme. However, for the other 3 weeks, on average 3 weeks in the month, I want to do 2 live Japanese shows and actually have Japanese even co-host them or do something like that, or have Japanese guests and do it in a talk show format. I'd like to do that on my Japanese channel. So that's one thing. I want to do some Japanese live shows, and I'll fix those. So the question is what to do with the 3rd show. And there are some the guy, he's a cool guy. It's the hair. What can I say? It's the hair. It's very cool. In terms of guests, indeed, PDR. Well, I'd love to. PDR. The thing about PDR is that he's a bit of a prima donna. He only actually works with very, very talented and funny people. So that's my problem with that particular area, Ben Duncan. But yeah, so the loose concept is that do one news show a month. I mean, I talk news all the time anyway, but definitely do one just from an Asia focus. Do some Japanese shows, but the idea is for the 3rd show. Some people have suggested, and I've talked about for a long time, doing a show just specializing on tech topics. The only thing with that is that the channel theme, I guess, is Japan related. So there's the thing about that. Hey, Comical Raina's there. Hey, Raina. I'm going to see you Saturday in Tokyo, so looking forward to that. And I hear that you've been in Nagoya and hanging out with everyone down there, so that's pretty cool. Very cool that you're back in Japan at the moment. And actually, Reina, so this is actually what I'm talking about trying to get a regular Japanese show back. I don't know if 10:30 is too early for you in Canada, but that might be something cool. Reina's great. So yes, but in terms of this time slot, what else should I do? I could do a tech show. I could do a straight up Q&A. In fact, even today, hey, Sonomama82, good to see you. I've always wanted to just do a straight questions and answers and take questions from the crowd or whatever. But I don't know. It always kind of ends up the comments go crazy on their own, and I you know me, I can talk forever. I can just go on and on. So that's all pretty cool. But I'm here to get your ideas. Get Eric Surf 6 on again, Daniel P4. That would be cool. And in fact, I think that's very doable. Although Eric's great to get on for 2.5 Oyajis. I think that's very much a Saturday night sort of a topic. Hey Megan, great to see you, Megan. Great to see you on first time. Welcome. And welcome to interesting time. Plus, of course, this whole set is going to change from next week. Or sorry, not next week, next month, because I'm going to be in a new apartment. It's going to be a new look, a new room. So, yeah, there's a big thing going on. Ariana Miyamoto. Well, that's kind of interesting. Could I get her on? Would she talk to me? I don't know. One person, very, very interesting, I've been talking about trying to get on a schedule for either 2.5 Oyajis, probably 2.5 Oyajis actually, is Mariko Lockridge, who is, she's actually got a website, marikolockridge.com. She's like an event fixer and promoter in Tokyo. She's super cool. And yes, indeed, we are gonna get on some interesting half Japanese. She's very, very cool. I like following her on Twitter and so on. I actually met her at the YouTube space, and she's pretty cool. So there's a guest that we're going to get on. There are some people I should say I'd like to get Michael Kuchek on to a show, and he's very much a news guy. So maybe something more for getting on for the news show with Steve or something like that. Oh, you know what? In fact, that would be the kind of thing that we could do on a news thing show. I'd also really like to get Hiroko Tabuchi from the New York Times. I don't know if she actually does interviews herself, but I've had some cool exchanges with her. Yeah, in fact, it'd be kind of cool to actually, on the news show, feature journalists and so on who report in the region. But yes, and indeed, Muen Jago Shoro, tech and production show with Alistair. That is actually the very first thing. In fact, I thought about even giving Alistair being, of course, Henna Gaijin, about even giving him a call up tonight and say, come on the show with me tonight, because I still want to go through and do an actual production, kind of, a production 101 with him. We actually joined spontaneously the three old dudes live together. And even on that, he kind of gave away some tips. I mean, it's funny. He gave some ideas there, things about shooting a B-roll and stuff like that, which, YouTubers, it's funny when you say it, it's obvious, but most of us don't even think of that stuff. Is Danny Chu possible? Asks Jordan Do. So, yeah, well, I thought it was. I met him a couple of times, but he's super busy at the moment, and he has been good enough to respond when I've sent him some messages. But the last message I sent back in March, he didn't get back to. So I will keep prodding him periodically to see if he can come on. He was pretty keen when I met him, and I know the guy. I think he would be kind of keen normally, but yes, I don't know if that's possible or not. 1 minute, I have to blow my nose all of a sudden, so I apologize. Oh, sorry for that. I just turned on the aircon before, so it's probably a bit dusty. Ben Duncan wants a tech show to talk about how awesome you think your computer is. And indeed, well, yes. So the Super Kawaii Kiwi Yeah Fun Time Go Go. That name suggestion, I'd like to give a big shout out to the person responsible for that name, who was Andrew Sensei. Hope you're watching because you named the show, dude. And indeed, yes, Reina. So a third show. Well, certainly we'll keep this slot, but we'll add another time on Saturdays. And yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to be able to cover more topics. This is an easy way to, a relatively easy way to make shows, and I'd like to keep doing that. Hey Chris, how's it going? We're talking about new ideas for a show. Daniel Piff says, talk about idol groups, anime, and manga. Sorry, no, can't do. I'm not knowledgeable enough on that stuff, and frankly, I'm not that interested. But yes, but there is a thing here. So, Chitomo Wakaran, are you agreeing with Comical Reina that I should introduce kawaii items for the first 10 minutes? See, this is the problem. If I wanted to introduce kawaii items, and it'd all just be gadgets and stuff, and I was thinking about that. It should be like a Deji something or other, but I've just got too much Deji stuff. I don't have much kawaii. I mean, I've got Hopi the Hopeful Giraffe behind me there. That's pretty cool. Hey, Nobody, still good to see you. Do a show with Molly about baby metal. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. I don't think I could do it. I'd do a show with Molly, but I'm not sure I could do a show really talking about baby metal. Hello, comments. Hello, Sean Bro. Comments, say hello back to you. JBOY, JBoy74. It's 7 degrees Celsius naturally there today. So where are you? You must be like either at the North Pole or in the Southern Hemisphere somewhere very, very cold. But yes, so good turnout anyway. next 10 minutes for introducing anything silly and stupid in Japan. Well, you're right. See, what Rain is talking about there are very good ideas for a planned show that lots of people would watch, but I wouldn't be very prepared for doing it, actually. The problem is that I've been in Japan so long that I can't really tell what's silly and wacky anymore. But you're right. I know that is what people kind of want to see, and that would be a show that would get lots of ratings. But so that would work. That would work, but I have to be able to do it without any preparation. I'd have to prepare for something like that. So I guess I've got to keep it kind of simpler than that. But yes, I don't know. So I tell you what, I am here for taking show suggestions, and I need to get show name suggestions. So the idea is, if I was going to have a Japanese show, if I was going to have a news show, and whatever the other show should be it a tech show or something like that, I'm taking suggestions for names in the comments right now, and whichever one I think is that I like, I'll do it. A sports show, Daniel Piff. I thought years ago about doing a rugby show, but the thing is I don't think many people would be interested in Japan about a Japanese rugby show in English. There'd be a few who'd be interested. I probably know all the people that would be interested, but yes, and no, Chitomo Wakaran, a show of technical difficulties. In fact, that would almost be a good name for a show. I should write a note about that, but that's probably what it would be like. A day in the life with Hiko. That's not a bad idea for a video idea, but there again, the problem is I kind of definitely separate out my idea, my daily life from, this is my escape from my daily life. But yes, that's not bad. Comic Arena, I see. So I could ask viewers to send me items or news. The sending in items is still awkward from a home perspective. The news stuff is okay, but it's kind of dependent on contributions. I don't know. I mean, if I ask for contributions for show ideas, which I do, I mean, you guys all know that if you ever ask for something on Facebook or Twitter, I do add it to the subjects and I try to cover it. But not all that much comes in. So yeah, I'd kind of like to do that. How to YouTube, catering to newbie channels, people trying to make a name for themselves. I like that. I like that a lot. To Jericho, that would be excellent for views. That could be one of my Japanese shows. That would totally work. I really like Kanto Kitsune's idea, actually. You know what? You could do a tech show, but you could base half of it on featuring J-Vlog channels and sharing information. So you guys could be telling me channels to feature and best videos of the week or whatever. And in fact, I could use my iPhone app kind of to make a playlist or something which I could go through without even playing, but just featuring cool videos and introducing people and stuff like that and making a list of links. Kanto Kitsune, Sasuga, you, Mr. Gonzalez, that's a really good idea. Well, and the good thing about that is I could do the whole show. It could be featuring and introducing J-Vlog channels, but I could also throw into that things like camera stuff, geek stuff, which all the geek stuff I'm interested in is kind of YouTube related anyway. So you could call it, and that is actually, I mean, one of my magazines is already YouTube news, YouTube stuff, tech. But at least if I'm doing it around J-Vloggers, then I'm also linking it to the Japan thing. So I'm making it kind of relevant as well. And then, yeah, well, exactly. So then you link it up with tips on latest, features of YouTube, how to YouTube, how I do stuff that I do. Kind of a tech introduce. Boom, boom, hello, YouTube. I really like that. That would be the other show. YouTuber Japan Weekly. Hey, everyone's getting into this, indeed. And you know what? J-Vlogger is cool, and I've got a coffee mug from Molly with J-Vlogger on it and everything, but YouTuber is what? The label that YouTube itself is pushing. Hey, Tetsuga34, why can't you comment? I'm sorry about that. I don't know why that is, but I'm glad that you're on the Chrome app and you can do it that way. Super Kawaii Japan YouTuber Funtime Go-Go Show. Well, that's I'd probably call it SKYT-FTGGS for short, but yes, I think that would work. Thanks, Jason. I'll take the suggestion under advisement. Maybe something like Hage no Mage. That would work. But well, I don't know that I'm the main person that tests out cameras and audio, but I'm always checking that stuff. And plus, that's a topic that I can get any YouTuber on and talk about. Plus, that would work with getting Gaijin on and also talking about production techniques. You know what, Kanto Kitsune, you are a genius. I really like that idea. So, you know what, you could call it Japan. Well, YouTube or something in tech. I mean, that would be the idea. It'd be a combination of basically YouTuber tips or Japan YouTuber. Just Japan YouTuber news would be the obvious, but something around that theme, I kind of like that. Triple H. That makes me sound like a pro wrestler. I kind of like that. Triple H. I could just call myself Triple H. That would work. Yeah. I could do that. Testing out new wigs. A channel testing out hair pieces. That would be, well, you know what, this is a thing. That would probably actually do quite well and get a lot of views. Tech wigs. No, so I actually think that's it. And the great thing about that is that would be a show where I could it'd be featuring tips on channel optimization, or just YouTube stuff, tech stuff, which would be camera or tech, or all the stuff I like. I guess space wouldn't be in there, but okay. But you know what? There's a thing, because the way that I've got where I can now hook up my iPhone and stuff like that, I could use that as a presentation tool for featuring channels. And the whole idea is, to promote small channels and stuff like that. YouTube Japan edition, I like that. The only problem with that is that I really, I always wanted to call a YouTube show that I do Better Call Hiko. I don't know. Ever since I heard the Better Call Saul, I was just thinking I have to come up with an excuse to make a show called Better Call Hiko. I don't know. All I need is a bottle of water. Is that a triple A? I'm a bit behind the times on that. Possibly. Comic Arena, is it going to be a show of 1 hour or 30 minutes? You know what? I always aspire to 30 minutes, but it's me, so it's always going to take an hour. I mean, I have nothing even prepared as a subject tonight, and I know already that this video is going to take 70 minutes. It's kind of sad. It's like a talking disorder that, instead of not being able to talk or form sentences, the problem is that I can't stop when I start. I always aspire for 30 minutes. And I think with the Japanese shows, I'll try to do 30 minutes, because at least if I do 30-minute Japanese shows, there is a hope of, if not me myself, getting someone else to do subtitles or even to make some attempt at humorous subtitles or something afterwards. So yes, Kanto, Newbie Tube, Japan Edition by Hikosaemon. Yeah, so Chris is endorsing that, and I kind of agree with that. On Newbie Tube, this is live, so I've got to capture all of these ideas before they disappear into the internet ether. But Kanto Kitsune, you are a dude. And by the way, big shout out to Kanto Kitsune. He is involved secretly, so don't tell anybody, in the online blog Japanese Store, which I've been featuring a bit on my tweets and so on lately. I've just added it to my feed, and they have good articles there. So yes, that totally works. What did Raina say? Shofo Kanto Kitsune, can you give me ideas on what to do video on live show? Someone says here, didn't I once say I was going to make a series just for music? I could add my stuff and spotlighting locals. Well, this is the whole thing. I make my music. The whole idea is I make my music available under licenses that allows people to use it. So this is the whole idea. I could introduce my music, and again, that all feeds into the idea of YouTube tips on where to get background music. Me, I got it. I bring the music. I bring the party. So that kind of works. That works. So yes, indeed. By the way, Comic Arena, I formally extend, provided you can wake up at 10:30. I don't know if you can. You wake? Could you get in? Would you be able to do a regularly scheduled show once a month on Wednesday morning? I guess Canadian time. What time would it be where you are at 10:30 p.m. in Japan? It might be a little bit too early. Actually, you might have to do a little bit later. Taiko OC, she does shows about living in Southern California. OC is Orange County, I'm guessing then? I should look that up, Taiko OC. So this is where she talks about living in Orange County. There we go. See, I got it. I just looked it up. The Hiko Reina show. the Hiko, well, you know what, Hiko and Reina and I did have a live show going for a time, but it was always a bit awkward for me with the timing and the scheduling, and we were never able to really get it stabilized. But now I've got this slot, which, you know, I've secured in my life routine. There is now a chance. So yes, anyway, invite extended to have a think about, and I guess 6:30 a.m. Damn, it would be once a month. 6:30 a.m. is tough though, isn't it? There again, I can't really do it later. That's the problem. I have a think about it, at least as a guest. You know, at least I am. But I do want to do two Japanese shows a month, and I want to do that to build up the Japanese channel a bit as well, because this is another thing as well. As I want to build up. Indeed, we had the Hiko and Reina show before, and I thought we'd be bringing it back, but as a monthly show. So have to think about that, but that would be pretty cool. But yes, I have wanted to get a bit more reconnected and back connected with Japanese subscribers and Japanese viewers and so on. So I do want to do some more Japanese content, and Japanese YouTubers, Japanese content makers as well. So that would be good. I'd very much like to do that. The Hiko show. Well, no, that would just confuse everybody, because that sounds like someone totally different. Oh, scissors there. You can see scissors. What have I got? I should decorate that. I've just adjusted my monitor where I've got the thing on so you can actually see stuff better. I'll put on my Japanese husband because I'm crazy there so people can see the top of that. Yeah. By the way, very good to see Ahmed also there. Yo, back at you. So it would be Wednesday morning, by the way, Raina. It would be this time except in Canada. So it would be Wednesday morning, which might be tough. It's a weekday, isn't it? So I don't know if that's actually doable, but it's just an idea. It doesn't even have to be a regularly scheduled kind of a thing. So I'll tell you what, how about, I mean, if you guys are watching the internet, the nice thing about these Hangouts is that you can join in. If you would like to join in, help me brainstorm new show ideas. I'm about to add to the video information the URL for the Hangout. So if you've got anything to talk about, if you have any brilliant suggestions, or you have nothing better to do with your life, just log in. We're going to go until 11:30, so another 40 minutes. Or if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, if you have any questions about anything, about Japan, about YouTube, you are welcome to come and join in right now. Raining Hiko, that's not a bad one. Christina in Japan, actually, that's a pretty good one. And very good to Christina in Japan, by the way. That's the first time I've noticed your channel name. So that means I'm not subscribed to you, which means I am now going to be your 189th subscriber. So that's cool, Christina in Japan. Looks like you've got a pretty cool channel there as well. Beauty tips, day in Kyoto, Japanese donuts. This is all very good stuff. Everybody, you just saw Christina in Japan in the comments there. Everybody right now, go and click on her channel name and go and subscribe to her, because it looks like she's making up-to-date Japan-related videos. They look at pretty good quality. And nice to meet you, Christina. By the way, I also see Cat Plays there in the comments. And you do Sims videos. I see. So it's always interesting to check people out. See, okay, so you're Sims enthusiast, reviewer, and weirdo. So another person there to go and check out. And nice to see you there. So where are we here? So by the way, if you refresh the screen right now, let me just check this myself. If you refresh the screen, you should be able to see a link to join the Hangout. So try it, and if you can join, you're welcome. Christina in Japan, join me. Come on the show. Come tell me about your channel. That's what this is all about, right? Daniel Piff, indeed, come to Japan and make videos. That's what it's all about. But everybody's welcome at the moment to come on and join. The link is there. Just click on the link in the video information. Confirm for me that it works. These things don't always work. I might have to ask Sean Bro about modifying that to make it work. And you can come and join. Come and talk to me. I'm a lonely, receding hairline, spectacled dude. Man in Japan, very good to see you. By the way, on my Twitter feed today, I was actually I really like your Fast and Furious Photoshop job that you did, which you put onto Facebook, which I actually managed to put onto Twitter today and retweet that along with all the awesome stuff that Travis Moore did, and one or two by was it Shumbro, and anyway, so the photoshops that are always very, very, very cool. So, but I very much appreciated that one, and I also appreciate the fact that Man in Japan makes. One, you make pretty good videos, and you make them with my music, which I really appreciate. Your curry review, I tweeted, and some people are tweeting back that they really, really enjoyed it. So you see, it was actually pretty good. The curry, I mean, who would want to eat any other curry than a curry that was called the curry? I mean, it makes it was a very good review, and very good choice of music with that. So yes, is anyone going to join the Hangout? Does the link work? Someone come and tell me. Put headphones on, because otherwise the echoing can be a bit painful sometimes. But refresh the screen, check out the link in the video information, and come and say hello. That's what we're doing. We're rocking up, we're partying. 観点祭一緒にライブショーでもしてみてどう？観点祭さんいつもなんか日本語の動画を作ってとかって言ってるから、ぜひ一緒でもなんか僕は日本語のレギュラーショーも作りたいと考えてるんで、ぜひぜひ。Megan, and any ideas that you've got as well for a show, come and let me know. And there was the Schomburg, so we know that I know that the invite works.
I couldn't leave you hanging, Hiko. You know that.
Oh, and we got Megan here. Megan, very nice to have you on. How's it going? Can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. First time. I'm excited.
So where are you joining from? And what is it you're eating?
I'm having Japanese food. I live in Chiba Prefecture.
Okay. Can I ask where in Chiba, roughly?
I live near Gaijin Makuhari.
Oh, okay. I used to work in Gaijin Makuhari.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I used to live in Chiba. I'm like a Chiba survivor. I still live in Kashiwa. Hey, we got Man in Japan. Nice. And what a great crowd. So me, so actually, let me check out. So do you make videos?
I do. I just moved to Japan about a month and a half ago, and I started back when I was in America, but now I'm making videos here, and I actually wanted to ask like tips and stuff about like getting started and like building an audience and getting better.
Okay, well, the first tip on that is that you should just like intrude randomly upon live shows that just offer out like invites to come on and just shamelessly promote yourself and your awesome channel, Megan Conrack, and you now have an extra subscriber from me.
Thank you.
So everyone can see Megan's link in the comments, and I can see you've got video on self-empowerment, ideas for a Princess Peach game, but also the move to Japan and updates and stuff like that. So these are going to be regular videos?
Similar videos like that, and I want to do like life in Japan and also just also discussion topics on like being a foreigner in Japan and what it's like being here and different topics about Japan. But yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that sounds subscribable, so everybody go and subscribe.
Thank you.
And good to have you on. How long have you been in Japan?
About a month and a half now.
And how are you liking it so far?
It's great. This is my third time here, so I'm a little experienced, but I love it. I love living here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, no, Gaijin Makuhari is awesome. I mean, I still love working out there. It's just during lunch, you can go to the beach. They got a big movie theater and stuff out there. It's a really kind of I like that new stuff out there. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, so just checking out who else is in there. Matt. We've got Matt. So Matt,
random Scottish guy.
Scottish guy.
I am like I appear in pretty much every Tokyo Tonight stream.
Okay, what's your handle name? What's your channel name?
As well, because I just it's Num. I'll say hi in the chat once my computer stops.
Num. Sorry, so Num from the chat. Okay, good to know you, man. Your sound is very, very low. I don't know if you can adjust the mic settings to turn it up a bit.
I make music, so sometimes I've got like recording settings on my mic, so sometimes I forget to switch from recording to voice mode.
Yeah, I always set
that
my
makes
mic.
My voice really quiet.
Yeah, I set my mic so that I can always pick up the fan from the computer and the air conditioning, and my breathing. It always helps, I find, with the kind of quality recording. What kind of music do you make?
At the moment, I just kind of experiment to see if I can find my sound. At the moment, I've got the industry standard for writing music notation, which is a program called Sibelius 7.5, and it's so good. I love it so much. But I just recently graduated from high school. I finished my very last piece of coursework 20 minutes ago and submitted it.
Congratulations
So
on 20 minutes ago.
I'm a free man as of 20 minutes ago, which is a really good feeling.
Yay!
And I think maybe depending on what happens when I get into university, I might start making a cappella kind of videos because I've been trying to train my voice recently, and I've got enough of a range that I might be able to do something with it.
Have you ever heard of the Matt Mulholland channel?
No, I have not.
He's like probably one of the biggest New Zealand YouTubers, but he's basically one of those a cappella comedy music making or cover making type guys. But he does those a cappella covers of stuff with nine recordings of himself. They're super good. They're really, really good.
The one that I know about the one that I know that does things like that is Smooth McGroove. He does a lot of Nintendo soundtracks.
Oh, right.
Is that a bearded guy?
Yeah, the guy with the big beard and long Jesus hair.
Smooth McGroove. I don't know this guy.
He's awesome. I love just listening to his stuff because it's so soothing. He has a very soothing voice.
Yeah. Okay, he looks like, a member of the Manson family. I'm just looking at the screen grabs from Googling him. But you say he is very soothing, right? I can take that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to check
that. Other than vocal stuff, if I move this, because I'm on a phone camera, I have a very untidy room and 3 basses. One of them's got itself in the bag and a piano just behind that.
Yeah.
So I'm mainly an instrumentalist first, and then training to be a vocalist now.
Well, I'm so glad I waited to ask more about your musical taste, because when I think of Scottish music, I was into really, really cheesy, crappy club music for a long time. I was a DJ and so on back in New Zealand, so I always just think of ultrasonic. I don't know if they even exist anymore. They probably don't.
I do have thoughts on it, Kent. You know how you usually do your K-oscillator thing for your show? You could dust off the old decks and stuff. You could try and cut in do some of the stuff you used to do back in the day.
You know what? I actually thought about
I really want to listen to that.
I want to play it as well. The problem is, look at this, we've got some more people joining. I really want. The whole idea of the channel originally was to play the music. The problem is that the content ID system is unforgiving with that stuff. However, what I have been thinking, what I think I will do with the house move, is I have. Let me see if I can. Well, look at this. You're going to get a quick tour of the room for a second here. I have to untangle cords. Can I show you? Boom. So you can see I've got a Newmark mixer there, and I was just thinking, if nothing else, what I would like to do is set up a couple of iPhones and iPad and stuff like that, get BeatMaker and get a few music making apps so I can run them through my DJ mixer behind me, so you can play stuff simultaneously and have the
there's those scratch wheel things that can do just MP3s, not just there's like the CDJs, but they've got the MP3 ones as well. You can load up. You can load up some of your. You can load up some of your K-oscillator stuff into it and then mix that stuff with other stuff as well.
That's right. You can do stuff like that. And actually, if you get the whole Tractor software set up, you can actually play like time-coded discs and actually use the turntables to do music. And I really thought got close to doing that for a time, but it still is a lot of money. And the thing is, this is all the free time I have at the moment, so to learn it all over again and stuff like that's a bit of a pain. But probably what I am going to do is I'm definitely going to learn. Well, no, I'll make sure that the new setup is set up in a way that I can record live music, not just the way that I'm doing right now, but I can add a bit of difficulty and layering to it with more devices and so on. So yes, you will see more of that stuff. I am going to get rid of the CDJs, but in spite of domestic opposition, I am keeping the turntables because those are for my son's inheritance. They're gonna get them girls sometime in the future.
Well, if Matt and Travis get off that backside, they could record some tracks for you that you could mix yourself.
Well, for me, I would love to actually, from all of this, I know that there are so many musical people here, people who do stuff like electronically, people who do stuff like with actual talent, like Travis, and obviously like Matt seems to do that. Yes, I would love to do some sort of mix-up or mash-up or some sort of project of putting like an album together on the condition
that could be the next happy collab. Like you get a bunch of the music people record some stuff, and then you could all do a big thing like that.
But you know
yeah, we could get Posey on piano and high voice, because I'm a baritone bass, so I can go low notes.
Cool.
And Travis could lay down some fat bass riffs for you.
But you know what? You could do that. But I think part of the project would be making an album like for featuring people who are on this, and we all agree that the music from the album is available for YouTubers to use. So that would be like the YouTube album that people can use on their videos. That is something I really want to do, and I've got in my head. And you're right. That might, but adding to that like a feature, like a collab track, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
I think an original composition would be pretty difficult as well if we got Travis, myself, and probably Posey as well to work on it.
I'll play a mean kazoo.
Well, but you could do that. You could do that. But yeah, it would have to work from a central group first, and then it'd be like layering on top of that. But yeah, I really like that idea.
If I can get my hands on a mandolin, I would love to add some mandolin tracks because
you can never have too much mandolin.
It's true.
It goes with everything.
Or cowbell.
Cowbell, yes.
You need an extra piano player. I'm here.
It's been a bit of a thing. Been a bit of a thing for a lot of Hiko's Toto Night after shows. Like he says, "Oh, should I mix?" And everyone says anything with cowbell.
And the comments always come out, and there's kind of a cowbell. It's not really a very satisfactory cowbell. I don't know how Korg could have all of these inputs and they don't have a single cowbell input on this. I mean, I'm waiting for an extra sound pack. But there's so many cool people I want to say hello to in this list at the moment as well, including a lot of new faces. So this is kind of awesome. I want to come to Kat Plays first. That's you, right, Kat?
Hi.
Hi. So nice to meet you.
Hello.
How's
I'm
it going?
a fan of your stuff.
Really? Really?
Yes.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. So you do Sims videos?
Yes. Yes. I'm trying to branch out into other videos, other games, but I haven't really found any that I want to do yet.
Yeah. So, Sims, because I mean, tell me about your channel. I mean, I can see lots of these things, but so these are you record the gameplay of them and stuff like that, or what do you do with it?
I do challenges with the gameplay and I commentary, and then sometimes I do other videos that aren't sim related, and I do reviews for products or box openings and things like that. I got a ball jointed doll a couple of months ago, and I did a box opening on her, and she was very popular.
Yeah. She looks a little bit scary.
Oh, no, she's very sweet. She just looks a bit scary in the light.
Just a big, yeah.
She's very cute.
Wow. So these sort of dolls and products like that you do the openings of and stuff?
Pardon?
So the product or the box opening, unboxings and stuff like that are for that sort of thing, or?
Yeah, it's usually either doll related or game related. I also have another channel that was just for making editing of films and stuff like that for uni and stuff like that. So that's there. And this is games and stuff.
By the way, so the accent has thrown me. I can't pick the accent. Well, what accent is that?
Take a guess.
Well, this is the problem. I can't. I mean, I'm Canadian.
I'm from Australia.
Really? I don't know why it sounds kind of mix of American. Sometimes it sounds like...
I get that a lot. Everyone has always come up to me and said, "Are you American? Are your parents American?" And I'm like, no.
I sound like American, but then you come out sounding there are words in there which sound kind of Australian. So I was thinking, but you don't sound...
I wouldn't have picked it either. It threw me for a bit.
I can only imagine how annoying that would be, because I get that, and I've got a pretty obvious Scottish accent. I get in Scotland.
I go back to New Zealand and everyone thinks I'm from South Africa. You know, I'm there in South Africa. Everyone thinks I'm African.
I can kind of see that, sort of, not really.
Yeah, but the Kiwi accent only pops out a little bit. Like,
the problem is that if I spoke with a real New Zealand accent here, one, everyone would immediately unsubscribe, and two, no one in Japan would understand me. So, it's a nice accent, but the problem is that we speak super fast and we mumble, and we're very close. We have a lot of ties to Scottish. We say we use a lot of the same words or whatever, and we have the same cultural thing of trying to talk without drawing attention to ourselves. So, it's a pretty good. Yeah. I mean, you have to. It's kind of like autistic kind of an accent. It's tough. So just to make yourself understood, I've had to change it. But somehow speaking more clearly suddenly makes me sound Afrikaner or something I don't really understand.
Well, my friend, I've got a South African friend. He's only been in Australia 8 years, and he's lost every trace of his South African accent.
Yeah, well, I had to unlearn my Australian accent. I grew up. I'm a Kiwi, but I grew up as a small kid in Australia. So I was always traveling between New Zealand and Australia, trying to lose the accent of the previous country every time I was moving. And somehow I ended up as South African at the end of it, which I never even visited. I don't know how that happened. Christina, I want to say hello to you, Christina. Welcome.
Hello.
Your channel looks really, really cool. I was just based on a superficial browse. Who are you? Where did you come from? What's your story?
Well, I'm from Texas. But now I live in Kobe, and I'm trying to move to Kyoto because I did ryugaku there for like a year.
Yeah.
And I'm working for a kids eikaiwa.
Wow. So this is just like traveling, or I mean, what brought you to Japan?
I kind of want to stay here for maybe like the next 5 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just really like it here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit shy.
There's a funny thing with this about the number of shy people who do YouTube channels. It is. I can see Cat waving here. Yeah, that's me. It is funny. It is a funny thing. There's some people I know who you meet them and you would never, you'd have an idea that someone who would make a YouTube channel would be like super outgoing and super, but actually. And people have shows where they're like that, but you meet them in person, and they're actually very reserved. But I kind of like that. This is kind of a place you can kind of open up a bit.
I feel like in a way that's a lot like, because when you get on camera, you can just kind of be whatever you want, but then when you are out in front of actual people, it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
Humans.
I guess it's a bit of the fact that, if you're in like person on the stage or something, you get the instant feedback, like they could just instantly say, "Oh, you suck!" But with YouTube, you can just ignore the comments. You're like,
block.
Yeah. You get retakes.
I actually got my
retake in real life.
I got my first negative comment on YouTube today. I was so excited.
Congratulations.
Oh my god. Thank you. I was moved. I was deeply
must
moved.
be that American book learning. I mean, Canadian.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was happy.
Getting your trolls, it's a rite of passage. It shows success anyway.
It's one of the first
I
steps.
remember when I got my first thumbs down on a video, and I was depressed for a good 2 hours.
Right?
I was like, what did I do wrong?
I remember when
Speaking of thumbs down, Hiko's already got one.
I always have one. In fact,
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Victor probably just opens the page and thumbs down.
They come on even before the show starts. I think they must get the. I think they actually get an email, a note every time I've got a video live, and they just come and do a thumbs down straight away. Which actually, I mean, I respect the dedication of that person as well. That they actually subscribe to me in order to thumbs me down. It's
got to be Victor. It's Victor.
It's Victor.
I'm usually just more disappointed with their grammar than anything else. If you're gonna say some nasty shit, you've gotta just at least word it properly and use proper capitals and a full stop. And
No. The correct etiquette is to use ones instead of question marks sometimes, and everything has to be misspelled, and all of your facts must be wrong. That's how it works.
That's why I avoid commenting. My grammar's horrible.
Ah, so it was you.
It was you all along.
Yeah, you got me, Hiko.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, so
Getting back at all those times when I first started watching your show and you mistook me for a Kiwi because of me screen.
Sean bro. Hey bro, Sean bro. I'm not seriously. That's like a New Zealand handle.
To be fair, you made me an honorary Kiwi.
I mean, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Maybe people just don't like super kawaii Kiwi fun time go perhaps. But like you said, like, see, Ben Duncan just did a perfect impression of a New Zealand troll.
I'm just picturing like your intro. Your intro is like there's lots of flashing and.
Yeah. Well, you know, the epileptics, I guess, would do a thumbs down. But you can't please everybody with every video. What can you do, right?
Welcome to the internet.
Or the thumbnail for your channel will be like that. You know, Mr. Sparkler from The Simpsons, where Homer's like got the big kawaii eyes.
Yes.
This picture is just a version of that, but this is you.
Yeah.
Yes, that's perfect.
That would work. So. Christina, so so you're in Kobe.
Yes.
So you just make videos about life in Japan, or do you have a particular sort of a theme? I mean, I'm saying you've got fashion, beauty, donuts, and a day in Kyoto.
Right now, it's just like Japan things and like, but I think I might want to branch out more into like more fashion-based things because Japanese fashion is one of the main reasons why I came here.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have like a healthy mix between fashion, food, and traveling. But I wanted it mostly to be like around Kansai because I really love Kansai and I really love Kansai men and like Kyoto men and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, wait a minute. So you have to say you're in Kobe.
Yes.
One thing I know about Kansai people is that you don't go saying Kansai ben to people because they start getting oh no, we speak Kyoto ben or we speak Osaka ben. No, we don't. There's no Kansai ben. Well, which ben do you like? Which is your ben?
I'm partial to Kyoto ben because I was there the longest, and classy. I think it sounds so sweet and classy. Like, I love it when people say haru instead of like mas because I automatically think of spring.
Yeah. Kyoto is a classy accent, actually. But it's right beside Osaka, which is totally I do like the Osaka accents. I like the rhythm of the Osakan accent.
Didn't Tomoko do some videos on Osaka Ben with a friend?
Yes, she did.
Oh, that's right.
I think she released another one not that long ago.
Oh, really?
I have trouble grasping Japanese, and then this is like a whole next level. I'm like, damn.
So by the way, and you know, we were just talking about how accents. I don't know whether this is a no offense. I don't know if this is a geek thing or if this is a Japan. I always thought it was like a Japan thing, but accents tend to get a bit changed or flattened out somehow by our shared hobby. You don't have a very pronounced Texan accent.
Yeah, like it only comes out if like I'm angry or if I'm intoxicated or if I talk to someone else with an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have an accent? Huh? Oh, you mean with the same accent?
Yeah. Well, like if I'm talking right now, and this is kind of like how I'm talking with like a really big accent, I think, but it's just kind of like a twang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this reminds me, there's a girl at work who is Japanese, but she married a guy from like Tennessee, and she's got this just full-on Tennessee accent.
Yes.
But she's also she's kind of hot. So she's really hot, and she speaks English with a perfect Tennessee accent. It completely throws her, but I think it's really awesome. But yes, I mean, I say stick with the Texan accent. I really think that Texan accent is like one of the most awesome accents.
Really?
I do.
It sounds so stupid.
Well, the thing is, like, honestly, as well, like, so whenever it's very rare I see anything from New Zealand anywhere, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like a TV show, anything gets featured. But I must admit, whenever, like, I remember I was on some sort of teleconference recently, and suddenly this person, you know, all these Americans are talking, and all of a sudden it turns out there's some New Zealander who somehow got to America, and suddenly this New Zealand voice came on, and I was like, oh, shut up, you know, stop talking with that stupid accent. So yes, it kind of, it's a bit complicated hearing your own accent sometimes. We've got more people in the room. I do want to do a quick shout out and a feature here of Justin, who is man in Japan. You're pumping out the awesome videos and your excellent taste in video music.
Yes, well, I got it from a guy I know, you know.
Yeah, you fell off the back of a truck.
Okay, so I asked this question in the comments, like, at the beginning, but I don't know if you answered it because my video never started loading.
I probably answered it. No, I didn't.
Okay, so I actually have a video that is being edited right now. But
oh, you want to track for it?
Yes, I need some music. So, I mean, you don't have to write something or make something new for me, but if you have a suggestion for a tune, I am all ears.
What's the theme?
I don't know if I want to give any spoilers.
What kind of music? What kind of music are you looking for?
I don't know, just some good backgroundy kind of.
Broken-hearted Croatian or breakdancing.
Whale song, actually. I think. Can you do some whale song?
You know, actually, I probably could.
Okay, but it has to be Korean whale song because
Korean whale song. Well, I can do Japanese whale song, but my Korean whale song's a bit rusty.
Okay, well, I mean, whatever you think.
I was going to say, if it was Wales, you could do a remix of Beach Days.
Yeah, I love it when Australians think they can do a New Zealand accent.
Yes.
That could
Don't
work.
judge me. Don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
You want to check, bro?
Hey bro, that accent's totally wrong, hey bro.
I try to do an Australian accent. Sometimes I try to say, like, Sheila and put a shrimp on the barbie. Stuff like that. I can't do it. It's terrible. And I'm disappointed at my own heritage.
And it's funny because Australians have a thing as well. South Australians say can't, like I say can't or dance or whatever. You know, South Africans, South Australians, New Zealanders, we pronounce it the same. But most of Australia says can't and dance. You know, kind of close to Americans. So I remember I worked at SeaWorld in Australia. And one of the guys I was working with in the kitchen there, worst job I've ever had actually, was called Lance. The problem is I couldn't pronounce. I said, dude, I'm sorry, I've got to call you Lance. I couldn't say it.
I live with a Canadian, so my accent's kind of a weird mix between Canadian, American, and Australian now. So.
I feel like I might be one of those like accent chameleon people because for a while I went like for a week I just kind of isolated myself to do work with a bunch of Americans that I spoke to, and at the end of it I had a very slight Scottish accent and sounded more American, but then it disappeared after another week of being just away from Americans again. So
yeah.
I don't know what's wrong.
I was always moving around. I was very aware of accents from a small child. You know, as a small child growing up, I have Australian family and New Zealand family, and you know, and everything else. So, I think I developed an ear for that, and I used to love imitating accents off TV and stuff like that as well. So, and I have confidence in my ability to imitate accents. But
right, Nicholas has just put a good joke. I might share it for the.
Yeah, I just saw it. It
An
was
Aussie
good.
passes a New Zealander with a sheep under both arms. He says, "You sharing, mate?" And the Kiwi says, "Nah, mate, get your own. This beauty's a real one."
yeah, thank you for the cultural contribution. So,
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's okay. So Martin.
How's it going on?
It's going good. I have a tech tip, which I'm going to start off with. Turn your camera on a different angle so you're not pointing it straight at the window because you look like a huge silhouette of a person, unless you want to be mysterious on person. I
mean, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, you never put a light source behind you. Always. Actually, you know what you should be doing? You should be facing the window and putting the camera beside the window.
Or get a reflector.
Or get a reflector, or get $1,000 worth of studio lights. But,
well, I'm never like YouTube guys, so I wouldn't know this kind of stuff.
Hashtag YouTube tips right now.
But actually, honestly speaking, I mean, like, so this is what I do. Everyone else set up my lighting setup. That's it. That's an IKEA light. That's $10. Or just got that pointed at me. I do have lights up there, and I've got a big uni light. The big uni light doesn't work though because it's behind me. But as long as you have any kind of stupid lamp right in front of you, you can.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna move my desk right now.
Camera lights.
But maybe next time.
It's still necessary though because it gives your head that amazing shine that it has.
Well, that's why I have a reflector naturally.
Well, by the way, I just want to say I really appreciate your show. I mean, it keeps me sane at work, basically. And hopefully I can meet you guys probably in September.
Yeah.
In September.
Awesome. Well, actually, yeah. If you get here in early September, because around mid-early-ish September is when we do the summer YouTube party, the big meetup around then. So.
There's a summer.
Oh, they're doing that?
Yeah. Well, basically, it's always timed close to Victor. Always likes to come up to Tokyo for his birthday, which is in early September. So every year we've done it around that same time.
Oh wait, when is Victor's birthday?
How old is Victor?
Victor's about 100.
He wasn't born, he was created.
I knew it. I was right.
Victor's birthday. I think this is kind of publicly known. I mean, you know, it's my birthday comes up when it's his birthday. His birthday is actually September 11th.
Oh, that's right. I remember that he did a video where he mentioned it was like an interview video, and he said that he was celebrating at a bar in Japan for his birthday, and September 11th happened. That's right.
Ruin your birthday.
Wow.
But I technically for him, September 11th happened every year. Just one of those years was particularly bad. But yes. So there's that. So I mean, get here by September 11th, and you can join the big meetup.
Wait, I have a question. Since I'm planning on going to Japan maybe for like a month or so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm probably going to be there between like 2 weeks and a month. Can you give me a list of like really cool restaurants or bars or places to basically visit in Tokyo? I'm probably not going to travel outside of Tokyo.
Hey, you should go to Kansai.
Check out Japanista.com, like Kanto Kitsune's blog. You might website. You might have some information on there.
Yeah. Here's the challenge with Tokyo. The challenge with Tokyo is that Tokyo is so big and it's so dynamic and stuff changes so fast that the list of places that used to be my secret spots, that they're all gone or they've changed. They just change over really, really fast. And everything depends on what you're into and what area you want to be in and where you're staying and stuff like that. So that's a really good question. But in terms of those lists, definitely Kanto Kitsune has a good list. Travis Moore's just put a link up for Tokyo Chipo, who featured on the show the other week, and they do nothing but feature of those kind of cool restaurants and stuff and affordable stuff. Rocket News occasionally does some. You know what? I'm just thinking out myself as well. I've got some Japanese links of good, cool restaurants for dates or for going out in Tokyo recently.
What about Tabby
I can pick those up as well. What?
Tabby Eats, the YouTube channel.
Tabby Eats?
Yeah.
Is that a...
Tabi Eats.
Oh, Tabby Eats. Okay.
Yeah.
Who does that? Is that Sub Tokyo? Oh no. Sure. Anton X.
I think so.
Was that he had something like that for a while anyway. Tabby Eats. I'll tell you what. Right after this video, I'm going to put some links under this video.
Well, maybe I'll make my own list by the end of September.
Yeah.
I'll be that dick with the camera taking pictures of every single, fruit and vegetable.
You're gonna have you need multiple cameras for that, but yes. Also, by the way, the best thing which I recommend if you really want to do like a food thing, there are awesome restaurants and bars and places to go out. But if you're really into food, just go to any big department store in central Tokyo and go to the basement floor. You can spend 2 hours. I suggest spending like an hour or 2 hours just walking on the basement of any department store, and you'll know what I mean when you get there. Those are like the best places for looking at food in the world. Actually, I don't think there's anywhere better.
And from what I've heard from people's videos and stuff, is just go walk the back streets. Like you'll find really good ones, like just the back streets off the main drag.
You can find cool restaurants like that, and if you're in the right neighborhoods, if you're like around Daikayama or places around that sort of way, or Ebisu, stuff like that, there's endless kind of cool bars. Or if you go to Shimokitazawa, around Tokyo, and everything is like that. But there again, if you go to the wrong neighborhood, you go to the back streets, and it's just like houses and stuff like that. So that can be hit and miss. Although there's no question, if you're only here on a short trip, I'd suggest being careful about that. Unless you're going to a particular neighborhood like Sangenjai or Shimokitazawa or something like that, which probably doesn't mean anything to you if you don't live in Tokyo. But
no clue. By the way, are there any apps, for example, like Yelp? We use Yelp in America. Are there Japanese apps like Yelp that tell you about like the best restaurants? Or is it
I think Yelp has Japanese listings. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, Yelp.
Sometimes they do.
You can use Yelp in Japan. There's also this one app that I use. It's called Japan Travel or Navitime, and it doesn't really give like a list of like restaurants or like suggested restaurants, but it'll look around your area. And so if you're just like, oh, I don't know where I am and I just need to look up, then you can use that.
Yeah.
The other option is follow your nose.
Yeah, that's true.
But honestly, you can't really go wrong. And this is the thing with Tokyo. Especially the more central you are, you really can't go wrong. That's the other cool thing about this place. Everything's changing. Everything's always new. But there's just nothing that's not good, honestly. It's kind of freaky. If you get out into the suburbs, you can find bad restaurants. And in fact, if you get far out in the suburbs, if you drive from Tokyo to Mount Fuji on the main highway, there's a couple of shops, restaurants along that road which have huge signs saying, we are the worst tasting ramen restaurant in Japan.
Someone eat there.
Speaking of Hiko, can you get a car, or can you basically drive in Japan?
You need, if you have an international driver's license, which you should get before you leave here, you can rent a car.
Just like I had them when I went to Europe, but it's just a piece of paper. Like, it doesn't really do anything. It does not work. I mean,
the international driver's license?
It's like a $20 piece of paper, and it just means international driver.
It's an attachment with your national license from where your home country, and you just hand that plus your normal driver's license over to them, as far as I know.
I heard that there was like people have like horror stories of like trying to get a car in Japan.
Yeah, so I've got, somewhere, it's like a passport size, huge piece of paper, but you go up to your local, whatever they,
AAA.
Where you from? Are you from the AAA? Are you alcoholic? I'm sorry, I didn't know.
That's the one that's true.
Well, I was thinking those don't drive.
Alcoholic Anonymous, awesome.
But yeah, go up to whatever your motor vehicle centre or whatever is, and there is information on international driver's license and how to get one. They are a uniform, they're a huge piece of paper. They're really inconvenient because they won't fit inside a wallet. But if you get one, it is a stupid piece of paper with your photo on it. But yes, I use that for when I travel. I drive everywhere. So yeah, you can totally drive in Japan, just as long as you've got a valid license where you are and you get an international license that you can travel around that recognizes that. We're at the end of time, but I do want to talk to Nicholas Black, who has been sitting very patiently.
How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. I see we have another person from the nose ring fraternity.
Yeah.
There we go, 2 people there. So Nicholas, so what's your handle name and?
It's actually I don't use my this is like my other account, which Google forced me to get. My normal one is Oklahormone. It's OKLAHORMOAN, and I actually just started vlogging because I'm documenting my process of trying to go to college in Tokyo, and so I've only put up 2 videos so far, but I've been watching all the J-vloggers since like 2005.
So you think you're going to what, Temple or something like that, or
I've applied to Temple. Haven't heard back yet, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of video bloggers who go to Temple. In fact, Radri, one of my favorite YouTube channels, who recently came back to video making live.
He's back from the dead.
He came back. But yes, he is a Temple. There's a whole bunch actually. Atomic Boy X, who we are going to probably get on 2.5 Oyajis when we resume the show. He went to Temple, and there's a few others like that. So you're in good company. I hope you can get into there. You've got a little Nihongo badge there, I see.
Yeah.
So you learning Japanese?
Trying to.
Yeah. Well.
Not so good with the reading.
Well, honestly, listening and speaking, it's not a hard language actually, but coming here is the best way to learn it. So I hope you get that to work out for you. Yeah.
Right now, my paperwork has been held up by customs, so.
They're probably body checking the courier. I hear that the American customs is pretty tough on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, tasering doesn't actually affect the burn marks on the paper or anything like that. That can be inconvenient. Okay,
that might be my benefit. I can tell them that the essay I wrote was really good, and it's just a shame that it burnt down.
Yeah, as the TSA aided. By the way, Travis Moore, very good to see you always. I always appreciate all the cool creative stuff that you do. And this man plays awesome bass, so everyone should go and subscribe to him. The creative force behind Tokyo Tonight. By the way, I also really have to shout out Fox Morris, who I don't know if he's in the comments tonight, but did a really awesome Photoshop job around today with the Tokyo Tonight, Uncle Sam themed Tokyo Tonight, which I thought was really, really cool. It kind of came out of the blue today, so I'm going to use that as the next thumbnail, actually.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Sorry, Tokyo
That's
Ghoul.
what it is.
Tokyo Ghoul. It's... Sorry.
By the way, Kat, I like your Asuka shirt.
Thank you.
Asuka shirt?
Yeah.
Asuka character.
Oh, very good, very good.
By
the way, Lucas Master is looking comfortable as normal. Very good to see you. Hello, Philippines.
Yep, hot here as usual.
Yes. That's okay, it's just shy.
Leather masks are not good for humidity.
Oh, the Git mask indeed. So the thing is, I'm out of time for tonight. It's very good having you all on, and you know what? I mean, this is why this is good to do every now and then. So, Man in Japan. I mean, everyone right now, each one of you go and leave a comment so that everyone can check your channels and everyone can come and subscribe to you. So I've got Man in Japan. We have Cat's Play. We have Christina in Japan. Is that right?
Yes.
We have Lucas Musser. I think it's your channel name is the same, right, Lucas?
I think so. It's either that or Lucas59802.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Sorry, that's right. And Martin, what's your channel again?
Well, I don't have a channel. I'm not a YouTuber. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. You don't want to be. You don't want to be one of
Maybe
those
one
YouTuber
day.
types. Yeah. This is Num. So everyone, make sure you go and subscribe to Num, a Scottish musician who 20 minutes ago became free. Although not from English dominance, unfortunately, but.
I'll be free from the UK at some point in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen, actually. Yes, that was an interesting election result. Megan, very good to have you in. Oklahoma, very good to have you in. Best of luck with applying for Temple. And Travis Moore, our regular, always, thank you. And thanks for the comments and stuff like that. So you know what? I really want to give a big shout out to Kanto Kitsune, who needed saying subscribe to all the channels. And you know what? That's where this will be. I'm going to do a show dedicated to promoting the community and explaining about stuff like getting like webcams and how to sit facing a window and stuff about making videos, tech around videos, cool channels. Basically what this is. Once a month I'm going to do a dedicated show. I'm going to do 2 Japanese shows. I'm going to do 1 show with Steve Miller because he has awesome hair.
Yeah.
It's been very good having you. By the way, speaking of awesome YouTube stuff, Cat's Play, you have a very good. The Snowball mic is a very, very good mic there. It's not the one that I got, but I cover the mic.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that.
It's a very good quality mic, the blue Snowball mic.
It was cheap too. At least where I got it.
Yeah, I use it for music stuff because the second setting on it has all the music stuff that I need.
I use really nice. Well, it's out of focus, but it's Samsung. But after some research, I was torn between that and the blue. I got this one because it's also pretty compact. But yeah, these 2 are probably the best mics out there for anyone who wants to know, Samsung or Blue Snowball. But anyway, we're out of time, so thank you very much for joining. Thank you for the chat. Everyone subscribe to all of these cool people. Comment or do something so that people can see your channel name and have you on again sometime.
Absolutely.
Okay, so peace everyone and see you again soon.
Bye.
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 End broadcast. It says end. Shall I continue? It gives me a choice to end or continue. But to end, I have to end.
Yes.
End. Okay. The problem, I've trouble with commitment in these kind of situations.
Stay with us.